Does anyone want to guess how long it's going to take for my camera to turn on this morning? I'm open to guesses. Oh. That doesn't look good. Zach says 1.5 minutes. Dean says 45 seconds. Alright, I turned it off and turned it back on again. That usually works. Oh my gosh. This is really bad. I think it's time for a new camera. What do you guys think? Do you think it's time? Do you think we've stalled long enough? That's true, J-Mac. I should. I mean, by the time it's here, the camera may start. That's accurate. I think I'm gonna get a Nikon Z6. I think that's kind of my dream camera right now. I'm a Nikon guy. And if I'm going to be doing this YouTube thing full time, I'd like a camera that works. No, I don't want a D850. I've already had a D750, and the mirrored. I mean, just with the mirrorless now, the DSLRs are they feel so big. Yeah, they're expensive, but I mean, look at all of the money that the YouTube channel has generated already. You know, oh, I heard it. Hey guys, what's going on? No, I don't want a crop sensor. I've had a taste of full frame, so I can't not have a full frame camera now. That would really bother me. Yeah, you like that? It's getting a little long, guys. I think it's time for another haircut. Dude, when I had the D750, I loved that, but there wasn't a good Nikon mirrorless yet. But the Z series is out now, so thank you. My wife bought this for me. She hates it because she hates the yellow, but I really like yellow, especially in the fall. I'm a big yellow fan. And she knew that I would like it, so she bought it for me. Because she's a good wife. I don't know, honey. This is pretty mustardy. You don't like it? I like it. You guys suck. I'm always comfortable.
I'm one of the most comfortable people I know.
How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Oh, I'm alright. That's right here. Came out great as usual.
I knew it would.
Yep, I really like this one. Came out really nice. Just being able to play with it, hold it, it's balanced well. The handle feels really good. I'm a big fan of that one.
Anytime you see one that has a left-handed case, I'm sorry, no, did I make this with the right-hand case? I guess I did, yeah.
That would be the right, yeah.
This one I actually made for me. And I made it with a right-hand case, and I don't know why, but this had a really nice balance. This one was interesting to me because I found as an arty, by the way, it's gonna come to 38.88 or something.
Yes, sir.
Give
Exactly.
me $1 back.
You got it.
And keep the change.
It's 288 change. Is it like $2 back?
Either way, whichever way, I'll go with
Here you
you. 88 will be
Oh,
$1 back.
I put it through the thing wrong. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Keep it. It's all good. Yep. Got it. It's already done. It's gonna take longer than it's worth to go into the computer and fix it. So I'm not even gonna fix it. Would you like me to?
I have please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be $1.12 back, so that's why you should keep $1. So we're more even on.
The user interface on this is great for everything but cache. Cache takes forever because I guess they designed it with people not using cache anymore in mind. Or
You know, when COVID hit,
Mhm.
I work at a little liquor store, so we do a lot of
Yep.
sales. But when COVID hit and people started getting nervous about handing money back and forth, I noticed that I used to have to go for change, like once or twice, you know, if you run out of dollars, you run out of something.
Yeah.
Now I go like, if I go one trip, which usually that's the whole thing, for even for a Friday evening, where
Mhm.
people are, you know, coming in and buying them, all 99%, that's 85% I think is charge.
yeah.
This one I wanted to tell you about because
Yeah.
it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I found, I was walking out of the woods, hunting, sitting in the woods, and I found this, I saw this chunk of wood sitting there,
Mhm.
and I said, you know, maybe that's useful for something. And I walked out, and I came back in, and I said, so the last day of hunting season, I went back, I knew where it was, grabbed it, put it in my pocket, and brought it home. And as I cut it, I tried to figure a way to do something with, well, you can see I ended up with a piece of
Yeah.
smaller. And this piece, these pieces, came from that chunk of wood,
Mhm.
and I cut it actually just like this, but between the crumbliness or whatever it was,
Yeah.
it ended up looking like it flowed right into this piece. So I'm
Mhm,
very
mhm.
proud. This will end up being the one I carry with me this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one was crazy. This one I tried to design. I brought it up with people. I don't know. I kind of stupid to me. But you got another blade to sharp in there.
Mhm.
But so you couldn't hurt yourself.
Right.
So you can't hurt yourself
Exactly.
unless you do something really stupid because it's always coming towards you.
With your eyes closed or whatever. Yeah.
So
Yep. Yep. Beautiful work as always.
I'm working on one that's giving me a hard time. I meant to tell you last week. It has its own mind. That darn thing. It just does not want to be what I want it to be.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I will do what you want. You know.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I'm glad you like these. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing what I can. And
They're awesome, man.
putting my name on them, as I said.
I think it
Someone
makes a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy. I'm slowly bringing them all down. I'm trying to put some together. I'm working on a couple that the blades would be about this big.
Mhm.
Somebody gave me a circular saw blade that happens to be, for some reason, thicker than the other saw blades, which is nice because then it's not as much grinding down.
Right.
That takes me forever. And part of the business that takes me forever.
Yeah.
Sir, good to see you. I will see you again 3 or 4 blades down the road.
My pleasure. I'll be right here.
Take care.
See you, Frank. Ugh. What's up, guys? This screams next gen. I'm okay with that. That's a compliment. Picard is the best Star Trek captain, and you cannot change my mind. It wouldn't be Millijoule without some sugar. Let's check our count. I want to see our count. 4,500. That's pretty badass. Let's see. I know what color it is. Yellow. Heading to 1,000 on Discord. We're right around the corner from 1,000 on Discord. We're very, very, very close. Are we sure we're not there already? Because I think we might be. Let's see. I haven't looked in a minute. Offline 852. Online 68. So that puts us at like 910. 911. Patrons 38 online. So 950. 956. 57. 58. And 6 staff, 64. We're very, very close. We're getting very, very close. Oh, 973. Apparently you can just look, because I just did all that senseless math in my head for nothing. 973. Not bad. Very, very close. Whew. Yeah, sorry about yesterday. We were getting very, very behind here at the shop, and we are catching up now, so I can like relax again, and we can start focusing on the channel again. But I was just like 3 days behind where I needed to be on like legitimate shop jobs, and it was just stressing me out, and I wasn't doing good work for the channel. So I decided just quick break, do everything we have to do, get caught up, do the stuff that I really have to focus on, and then we can kind of go back to our casual, relaxed pace that we like to keep here. I mean, this is business, Lithgow. This is business now. So, you know, they're equally important, but this I can multitask and do the channel. I can't multitask and do some of these jobs. So some of these jobs I just have to like sit and just do them. So kind of a little channel update. We will be doing a Patreon live stream today. Won't be very long. It'll start at 11 and it'll go until 2, so about 3 hours, but we have a few things that we can do with that time. So we'll be doing that today. And that's the update. I got the rotary tool and the CO2 right now. We're doing some tumblers, and then we have a bunch of metal tins that we have to do on the fiber. So we'll be doing those metal tins next. Those are interesting. We're not doing any engraving at all whatsoever. We're literally just annealing the surface and we're done. But there's like 100 of them, so it's probably we're gonna sink our teeth into that today during the live stream. What's up, Zach? Hit me with your fiber question. Brent, some people say yes, it can. Other people say no, it can't. I think it's just a matter of getting the controller, making sure your controller is compatible with your stepper motor. And if your controller is compatible with the stepper motor, it should be workable. Zach says, can you explain the best way to do a wraparound design on a Zippo? I have a design. I just need to know how to line it up. A wraparound? What do you mean a wraparound? Like you want it to like wrap around the Zippo? How are you going to turn the Zippo while you're engraving it? Or do you want to engrave it on the front and then literally turn it and reset the whole thing and continue? Because if that's what you mean, like doing the front and then picking it up and setting it on its side and doing the side and then picking it up and setting it on the back, and you want that all to line up, there's only one way to do that, and it's by hand. It's by hand. You have to light those patterns and line up your paths. There's no good way to do that. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of patience, and you're probably going to ruin a couple Zippos. But you might at some point, if you're going to do it, here's what I would say. If you're going to do it, Zach, I would do a lot of them, like 100 of them, right? And that way, when you blow your first 2 or 3, getting your jigs set up, like just perfect, so that everything lines up between marks. At least when those 3 are blown and in the garbage, you have 100 you can do. Like I would do, you know, maybe like a series of kind of relevant. These are like knife jigs that we do. They're just 3D printed. So what I would do is like some 3D printed or engraved. You can engrave a jig like this into a sheet of plywood or something. So I would do a series of engraved jigs, and then basically have an EasyCAD file saved for each jig where the part lines up perfectly. And again, you're probably going to blow 2 or 3 of your Zippos getting that perfect. But once it's perfect, then you could do an infinite number of them, theoretically, unless you take your lens out and put it back in, because then the lens is sitting in a different spot and it shifts the lines ever so slightly. So it's hard, man. But basically, I would just, you sacrifice 2 or 3, you get it just right with a jig in mind, and then you save those jigs, a removable jig, right? We're not just jigging on the table, because the next time you put the jig bars onto the table, they could be in slightly different positions. So that's not what you want. You want like a hard jig like this that you can go in and slot in, and it's going to be in the same spot every time with associated EasyCAD files. You get it right, and then you do as many as you possibly can, because the next time that you want to do them, you're probably going to have to do some lineup again. So unfortunately, I don't have like an amazing answer for you. That's probably the best way to go about it. Yeah, totally possible. Just not, there's not like an easy button to click. Yep, no problem. I don't like chucks either. I much prefer rollers, though I don't particularly like my roller rotary that I have now. How do you prevent bleed over? Accurate setup in EasyCAD, right? Or you could tape it off. One of the things that you could do, like if you're engraving the face of a Zippo, is just tape the blue side, or tape the sides off with blue masking tape. Blue masking tape does a really good job, not a perfect job, but a very good job reflecting fiber laser light. So if you just mask the sides off with blue masking tape, that could help as well. Motorcycle and Car Channel says hello. Hello, Motorcycle and Car Channel. Yeah, Patreon live stream here pretty soon. I can't believe we're at 4,500 already. I guess I should point over here. It's so counterintuitive. No, not like gaffer's tape. Like painter's tape, like blue masking tape, like blue masking tape, just masking tape, just plain old masking tape. Rick says, smash like, y'all, please. And he would be correct. Please smash the like button, because that does help the channel, and it helps Millijoule get in front of more people, which, is a great introduction to the channel. I mean, yeah, it'll cook eventually. If you keep hitting anything, it's going to, you're going to cook it eventually. You can layer the tape too. You can put 5, 6, 7 layers, which I've done. We did it recently. I can't remember if it was a Friday live day or a Patreon live stream, but we did those really big plates that we had to slide along, and in one of those sections, we filled the center of a circle with blue masking tape. I kept tearing it up into smaller and smaller pieces, so we had like a piece like this big, and it was like 20 layers thick, and every time it hit it with like a really, really hard pass, it would get through a little bit more of one layer of tape. And I think when it was all said and done, we had gone through like maybe 3 layers, but we did like 20 passes. It worked really well. Any new settings for a whiter mark on PMags? I followed your video settings for the tan, gray, and brown. I know some people, Andy, have gotten a like white mark on PMags, but I haven't messed around with it, and I haven't played with a PMag since we recorded that episode. I do have the PMag sitting around, so maybe we can spend some time on that in the future, but we have a lot of other things to cover as well. So I'd probably ask about in the Discord if you haven't already, or in the new Patreon community. Have you guys already signed up for the Patreon community? Because I think that's going really well. I'm really excited to watch that grow. Steve Barden signed up. That's good. Yeah, I'm hoping that like people will, like patrons specifically, will start asking questions there. Because what we can do on that website is, instead of things getting buried in the Discord and then being impossible to find when we need to reference them later, each question has its own like thread, and we can build kind of like a Q&A, basically, that is referenceable to our patrons. So I think that that would be like a really, really great place for that. We can show everybody really quick. I can pull it up. Let me pull it up and we'll just show it off for a minute, because I don't think that I've made any kind of public statements about this yet. And it'd be kind of cool to show. So here it is. So this is the brand new Patreon community, and it's awesome. So many people have already signed up. These are all people. Look at all these people that are already our patrons that have already signed up. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And so I'm really excited for this to get active, but it's laid out very, very similarly to the Discord. So we've got a fiber category with a bunch of little subcategories: CO2 gantry, CO2 galvo, UV galvo, laser software, design software, assets. This is a really good one. I think this is going to fill up very quickly with awesome assets for the patrons. Purchasing and suppliers, off-topic talk, and then feedback. So like this is like, if you want to leave feedback about either the Patreon, the Discord, the YouTube, or the forum, this is the best place to put it. I would really appreciate feedback in here to hear what you guys think about everything that we're doing here on the channel, because I do want to, you know, I want to keep you guys, I want to keep you guys happy. So this is a great place for that. But yeah, it's you know, so far so good. Starting a little slow, but so did the Discord. JMac knows. Back when JMac was our first Discord member ever, and now we're almost to 1,000. So I'm sure this is going to fill up really quick. But it's just a great little spot for the patrons to hang out. It's a little slower paced than the Discord, and again, the best thing about it is that everything is kept into its own thread, so you don't have to worry about things getting buried. Your questions will stay up for much longer. They'll probably receive more responses. They'll be visible for a really long time, and then if we need to reference them for somebody else who has a similar question, it's very easy to go in and find that. So I'm really proud of this. I think that it's coming along great, and of course we're going to be expanding the categories, and new people join every day. We have 6 new notifications here, so you know, a bunch of people are accepting, and new people are signing up for the Patreon every day. So every time that somebody signs up for the Patreon now, they get a special invite link that gets them into the forum. So it's just really cool. So Steve Pepin saw his name on the screenshot. By the way, who was first on the site? I mean, probably one of the staff members. So because I invited the staff before I invited everybody else, but we can scroll down here and look. Tyler was first, then Tony, then JMac, then Thunder. So, you know, that would be the, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the staff did get separate invites first, so I don't know if you want to count that or not, because I did send them a DM, and they helped me get things set up before we actually started inviting the patron beta testers. So, you know, that's who's first. But yeah, new Patreon community. I'm really, really stoked on this. Well, you did post first. Yes, it's still here. I believe it's still up here. First, I was first. Tell your friends. And we can open this up and scroll all the way to the top. And there you go. Brent Roach, right there. So, yeah, guys, if you haven't already checked out the Patreon community forum, I think you guys are going to get a big kick out of it. And I highly encourage you to start posting questions there, so we can start building a library of good information for people, because I think that's going to be I think this is going to be really big when it catches on and things start getting busy over there. I think it's going to be really big. So there we go. That's that. I just wanted to show you guys that. We don't have to stay. We don't have to keep talking about it, but we do have, I mean, it's just so crazy. Like, every time that we like break a new record on the Patreon, I'm like, it's probably going to slow down. You know, like how big is it going to go? Here's the latest stats from the Patreon. 478 active patrons contributing $3,499 a month, almost $3,500 a month. We're only $1,500 away from our goal of going full time. So that is epic. That's really, really cool. I have a couple Patreon messages I need to answer, but we'll get to those after the show. So, yeah, really, really stoked about that. JMax dropping the link down in the live chat. It's patreon.com/lasereverything. So if you want to be a part of that new community that we just talked about, you want to get onto the exclusive Patreon live streams that we're doing. We're starting one in about 30 minutes. You want instant access to the fiber and CO2 laser settings that we offer, and you want to listen to the bonus Laser Source podcast episodes, the Patreon is the place you want to go to. But Lithgow says, this is early. It will continue to rise for a long while, and that's great. That's awesome. I hope so. Yeah, I know. Mountain Dew. There's Mountain Dew right now. I'm not stoked about it. But I was out of Coke, so I had to drive to the gas station to get some soda because I will die if I don't have it. And they only sold Pepsi products, and I'm not drinking Pepsi because I'm not an animal. So I got Mountain Dew instead. All right, Brent. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. We will see you on the Patreon live stream. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. It does have caffeine, quite a bit. Pepsi Max. Oh, imagine living with a lisp. Pepsi Max is disgusting and very difficult to say. Oh, it just bit my tongue. Son of a bitch. Oh, we have a lot of work to do. Should we call it? I think we should call Millijoule for today. Pepsi Meth. Unless anybody else has anything they want to contribute, share, or say. Just so you guys know, the September contest. This isn't my thing. Tacky should be doing this, but Tacky is dead, apparently. The September contest is ending. Very, very soon. It's the 29th. How many days are in September? I don't even know. Let's look at the calendar. 30. So tomorrow is your last day to make a submission on the September contest on the Discord. So if you want to have a chance to win some Laser Everything merch, and who wouldn't want that, make sure you go make a submission so that you can win some dope Laser Everything merch off the merch store. Because we got one more day. It's coming to an end. I can't believe September's almost over. Yeah, I'm never going to remember that, J-Mac. I know that there's like a song or whatever, and I just don't care enough when I have a digital calendar next to me because I'm lazy. Cyber says, so we know who won what and what was the winning entry. I mean, I don't know. It's not over. We still have one more day to make submissions. So get on it. If you guys want to get on it, now is the time. This is the end. I'm sure we'll come up with something fun for October as well. Maybe some kind of spooky competition would be fun, since, you know, it's spooky time. Yes. Rick won the last contest. That's accurate. Alright, guys. Well, it's time. We're going to end Millijoule for today. And we're going to bump over to the Patreon live stream. Things have just been going really, really well over there with like the whole Patreon community in general. So one last time, I'm going to plug it and encourage you, if you're not already a patron, go sign up and hang out with us for the rest of our workable day today. We're going to go from 11 to 2 for our Patreon live stream. We have some decent jobs coming up. There's nothing like mind-blowingly interesting, but some good utilitarian work that needs to be done. And I'm sure that you guys will pick up some great tips along the way. Also, it went up late, but the bonus episode of the Laser Source podcast did go up yesterday. We missed Monday's feature episode, and it's so late now that it doesn't make sense to double post Wednesday, Friday. So I'm just gonna post Mondays on Friday, and then I'll be ahead a week on recording, which is something I've been trying to do for a while with the baby coming. I've been trying to get a couple episodes on deck, so that's done. And we will just post Monday's episode on Friday. I got some cool stuff to show you guys. We got some more Halloween stuff coming, bunch of other stuff. So remember to write me back on paid collaboration. Yeah, Paul, I'm looking. I was looking at that. I have some more questions about that, and I'll send you an email and we can chat about that a little bit more, because I'm still a little confused as to what you want to do. But this isn't the time or place for that. We can chat about it later. Oh, you didn't know? We're bringing home a baby. I'm going to the baby store and I'm getting a baby. We're bringing it home. This is news to my wife, guys. All right, well, that's it. I love each and every single one of you. I'm going to hang this up, and then we're going to start preparing for the Patreon live stream. We should be going live on that in about 20 minutes. So I will see you guys on the Patreon live stream. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back with another episode of Millijoule tomorrow. I love you all. Have a good one, and I will see you in the next.